According to a recent report, 50 years worth of trickle-down economics has yielded absolutely nothing for anybody that isn't already a member of the top 1%. For 40 years here in the United States, we have been fed the lie by Republicans that if we give more money to wealthy people, it is going to trickle down to the rest of us. You know, the wealthy are just going to make it rain on us po folk. But this study, along with every other study that's looked at this, and according to the guy that actually created trickle-down economics, David Stockman, it's all a farce. Whole thing was a scam from the beginning. Nothing trickled down. The only money generated from trickle-down, the tax cuts for the wealthy, all it did was enrich those already at the top and, of course, balloon deficits. That's it. That is what trickle-down economics gets you. More wealth concentrated at the top while starving those of us at the bottom. And for 40 years, that has been the policy here in the United States, brought to us exclusively by the Republican Party. This was their baby. This was their idea. And too many people in this country who are in those lower economic rungs believe that somehow if we give more money to those at the top, it's going to come down to us. See, that's the problem. We know, and we have known, because this is not the first study to tell us this, that trickle-down doesn't work. As I just mentioned, the guy that created it, David Stockman, came out a decade ago and said, listen, trickle-down economics in practice cannot work. Not just that it doesn't work, but that it cannot work. Because it relies on the generosity of those at the top, which, as we have seen, simply doesn't exist, folks. The people who spend money, the people who actually drive the economy are not the ones sitting at the top. It's the rest of us. The people working the average everyday jobs. And you know how we know that that's true? Not just because of the studies, but because that's what happened during the pandemic. When all of these average everyday working class people suddenly couldn't go to work, when they couldn't do their jobs anymore, what happened to the economy? We immediately went into a recession. Immediately went into a recession. Because the real drivers of the economy weren't out there making it happen. The wealthy elite did better than ever. They continued to pocket money. They made billions and billions and billions of dollars in profit during the pandemic. Did any of that reach you? No, didn't reach me. And it never will. Trickle-down economics is a lie. Any politician that tells you we have to cut taxes for the wealthy to help the rest of us is lying to you. Do not ever vote for them again. I don't care who it is. I don't care if Bernie Sanders were to come out tomorrow and say, hey, let's cut taxes for the wealthy. Not that he ever would, but those people who say this aren't your friends. They don't have your best interest at heart. They're interested in helping their donors and, of course, helping themselves, because nearly every member of Congress is also a member of that top 1% that gets the tax cuts. Don't believe it anymore. Do not support them anymore. Call them out. And most importantly, vote them out next time you have the chance.